plenty of pictures. Can you hold those doors?
You know, prior to the signing of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776, John Hancock stated, "We must be unanimous." And he had to have been talking about Malden, because the first sentence in the town instructions is that the inhabitants of Malden voted unanimously on May 27, 1776. And as a matter of fact, of all the towns in Massachusetts who eventually sent instructions to their representatives, it is said that none produced a resolution of equal persuasion and forcefulness to the one adopted at the Malden Town Meeting on May 27, 1776. This document was presented to the Continental Congress in Philadelphia and became famous in the records of American Revolutionary literature because he's a local historian, Revolutionary War reenactor. He's captain of the Charlestown Militia Company of Gardner's Regiment, past president and current board member of the Charlestown Historical Society, and treasurer of the Bunker Hill Monument Association. Please put your hands together for Tom Coots.
I think for many of us, we can say 2020 was the longest year of our lives, but this is one event that I truly missed. As hot as it always is on this day, this is the highlight of my summer. Because without these town instructions, there would probably be no 4th of July to celebrate later on. But before I begin, I would like to once again have the William Diamond Fife and Drum play us another selection. Let's all put our hands together for the William Diamond Fife and Drum. document that I have before me in my hands is to me and should be to you, I know it is to the mayor, just as important, just as cherished, just as precious as our Declaration of Independence. For I believe, after reading both documents thoroughly, the Declaration of Independence bases a number of their theologies upon this document. Instructions for a Declaration of Independence from the town of Malden, adopted May 27, 1776. Sir, a resolution of the late Honorable House of Representatives calling upon several towns in this colony to express in their minds with respect to the important question of American independence is the occasion for which now I am instructing you. The time was, sir, when we loved the King and the people of Great Britain with an affection truly filial. We felt ourselves interested in their glory. We shared in their joys and sorrows and expended our blood and our treasure for their cause. We felt ourselves happy in our connection with her, nor wished for it to be dissolved. But our sentiments are now altered. It is now the ardent wish of our souls that America become free and independent states. A sense of unprovoked injuries will arouse the resentment of the most peaceful. Such injuries these colonies have received from Britain. Unjustifiable claims have been made by the King and his minions to tax us without our consent. These claims have been prosecuted in a manner most cruel and unjust to the highest degree. The frantic policy of administration hath induced them to send fleets of armies to America, that by depriving us of our trade and cutting the throats of our brethren, they might awe us into submission and erect a system of despotism in America, which should be going so far as to enlarge the influence of the crown, as to enable it to rivet the shackles upon the people of Great Britain. This plan was brought to a crisis upon the ever memorable 19th of April. We remember that fateful day. The expiring groans of our murdered countrymen yet vibrate in our ears. And we now behold the flames of their peaceful dwelling as it ascends to heaven. We hear their blood crying to us from the ground for vengeance, and charging us as we value the peace of their names, to have no further connection with a king who can unfeelingly hear the slaughter of his subjects and composedly sleep with their blood upon his soul. The manner in which this war has been prosecuted has confirmed in us these sentiments: piracy, murder, robbery, and breach of faith. These have been conspicuous in the conduct of the king's troops. Defenseless towns have been attacked and destroyed. The ruins of Charlestown, which are daily in our view, remind us of this. The cries of the widow and the orphan demand our attention. They demand that the hand of pity wipe the tears from their eyes, and the sword of their country should avenge all of their wrongs. We long entertained the hopes that the spirit of the British nation would once more induce them to alter their own and our rights, and bring condign punishment to the elevated villains who have trampled upon the sacred rights of men and have affronted the majesty of the people. But we hope in vain. They have lost their spirit of just resentment. We therefore renounce with disdain our connection with the kingdom of slaves and bid adieu to Britain. Could an accommodation now be erected? We have reason to think that it would be fatal to the liberties of America. We should soon catch the contagion of venality and dissipation, which has subjected Britain to lawless domination. Were we placed in the situation we were in 1773, where the powers of appointing to offices and commanding the militia were in the hands of the governors, our arts, trades, and manufacturers would be cramped. Nay, more than this, the life of every man who has been active in the cause of this country would be endangered. For these reasons, as well as many others which might be produced, we are confirmed in the opinion that this present age would be deficient in their duty to God, their posterity, and to themselves if they do not establish an American republic. This is the only form of government to which we would see established, for we can never be willingly subject to any other king than he who, being possessed of infinite wisdom, goodness, and rectitude, is alone fit to possess that unlimited power. We have freely spoken our sentiments upon this important subject, but we mean not to dictate. We have unbounded confidence in the wisdom and uprightness of the Continental Congress. With pleasure, we recollect that this affair is under your direction, and we now instruct you, sir, to give to them the strongest assurance that if they should declare America to be a free and independent republic, your constituents will support and defend the measure to the last drop of their blood and last farthing of their treasure. Witness my hand this day, Samuel Merritt, Malden, Town Clerk.